Yeah, good evening to all of you, and thank you so much for joining this session. This is a very lovely session. I hope that you will also love basically to by joining the session, and we can also interact in the end of this session by having the question and answers also. Okay, so this is actually risk management. Risk management means it's one kind of the financial risk management basically. Here we would like to discuss about the financial part, which that will be discussed in this process. And financial part means here that we will discuss about the insurance part, which is also applicable, which is also being used by the industrial entrepreneurs. In fact, so this is my intro. In fact, only yeah, I'm based actually at north part of Delhi. Is my office address as well as phone number, email IDs. This is my background. In fact, only earlier actually I was in the corporate sector. I was handling in the HR department and looking after these policies, insurance sector, that insurance policy only. This is my vision. I wanted to become the service the partner, basically assured, so that I can serve the society in a better way and that effective way also. My business associates through which I'm organizing the insurance policies to serve the society, to serve the industry also. These are now the Tata HDFC as well as ICICI Board. They're enjoying its line share in the market, and that we can say that these are A-class companies in the market. So let's discuss about the risk management. Risk management is encircled by each of the four processes. First of all, then we have to identify the risk, basically, that insurance part, basically, where that we have to give the insurance, in fact. So once it's identified, so then we have to assess it, that how much will it be the value and how much will be the proportion of the value as well as that coverage also and that premium part also. So once is that assessed, that we have to go for this insurance of this product, of this segment. So then we have to evaluate the proposal also with that insurer, different kind of insurers which are available in the market. So once it's decided, once it's the final, once it's through basically, so then we have to get it done. And so that part has to be executed. So then we have to control and monitor also that process, because this is a never-ending process. This is annual process and this is an ongoing process. So then we have to keep a check that we don't do anything on this part. Yeah, see, this is Contractors All Risk insurance policy. So let us start in this that first slide. Now, I hope that you will be more comfortable in Hindi also. So let us start with Hindi also. In fact, मान लीजिए that you have taken one industrial plot. Now you want to build the construction in that plot also for the effective purpose. For the effective purpose, in fact. Yeah. So here and then you will be inviting one contractor. So then who will be coming with his manpower also and with machines also and equipment also. So that then he can build your factory, the premises also. So his all equipments, so his manpower, his plant and machinery. So all that equipment, so all the things, these will be covered into this insurance policy. This is called CAR, Contractors All Risk policy. And herein that you will be having the plant and machinery also, in case that plant and machinery is also being imported, in case that you are getting it from the outsource also, so they will be also kept. So in case of any kind of that loss, in case of any kind of that is happening with all these things basically, so they will be covered under this policy. Next is third party compensation. Let us take an example. मान लीजिए कि ना अगर वहां पे आपकी फैक्ट्री बन रही है, अब उसकी वजह से कि ना जो आपका नेबर है, जो आपका पड़ोसी है, अब उसको उसकी वजह से, हमारी वजह से वहां पे उसको ये लॉस होता है, नुकसान होता है, so that loss will be also compensated under this policy also. So these are benefits of actually CAR policy, Contractors All Risk policy. Next, we are coming for Erection All Risk policy. In this erection part, we discuss about the machines which are going to be tested as well as the commissioned up to the you can say the final outcome of the product. So here, location of risk also and handler risk also, and testing and commission as well as the human factor also is also covered. In case anything goes wrong with the human power, basically with that the manpower, basically, Yeah, so that part is also included here in case of any death or in case of any injury, in case of any accidental something. So all this part will be also handled in this the coverage also. So these are benefits of erection or risk policy. Now we take the marine insurance. Marine insurance means see, when you are buying any the product or buying any machinery from that abroad also, and you're going to export also, and you're getting a machine from the domestic the processor also. So that coverage is called under basically the marine insurance. So this is import, export, inland, as well as the high sea sale also. In case, I think let us take an example. If you're buying that one product from the China, even though that material is also in the ship, in case now you want to sell the material to someone else also, so that material can be invoiced to another party also, being a merchant. So that process is called high sea sale transfer. So under this marine insurance, so we can handle import policy, export, inland, as well as high sea sale transfer. These the four kind of the transactions are done under marine insurance. See, in this marine insurance, there are two kind of the covers are given. So which are chiefly ITC A cover. ITC means inland transfer. In case if this material is also dealt basically under transit in India only, so then we say it inland transit. ITC A cover, in fact only. Here the A means that all risk cover. Whether loss is done by the fire, loss is done by the accident, loss is done by the lightning, or loss is done by the fire, loss is done by the burglary also. For all kind of risk are covered under the ITC cover. In case if that material is not actually in that hygiene nature, in fact, if it's inflammable, if it's in the declining risk as per that insurance company, so that product will be covered under the ITC cover. Wherein you will be having that only the basic cover, like fire, lightning, breakdown of the bridges, like the collision, as well as the accidental part only. So these kind of that product are actually the given only the basic cover. Now, if I come to the international policies, in fact, when you're buying the material from the beyond India, in fact, only, so there you will be calling that ICCA. ICCA means Institute Cargo Clause, in fact. So the same process will also happen basically, yeah, for the ICCA means that all risk cover, wherein so that can be waterways also, airways also, and railways also, by roadways, for any kind of means basically, all kind of risk will be covered. And in the ICCB cover, that is also the basic and the basic cover only, wherein only the fire, lightning, breakdown, or in case of any accident something. So in case anything goes wrong, so the losses will be compensated by the insurance company. See, these are Incoterms. Incoterms means international commercial terms. Now, for example, if you buy any product from the China or from the USA, basically, now it will depend on your agreement with the seller. Are you buying the product on the FOB basis, the free on board basis, or X works basis? In case of an X works basis, so that entire that risk coverage, so that will be arranged by the buyer. Now, in case that you're getting material as per the FOB terms, on the free on board terms, for example, if you bought any material from the China, so under that FOB terms, free on board terms, so they will be giving you the material up to the airport only. So now all these the international, the commercial term, they will written on the invoice while invoicing the material also, while issuing the invoices also. So according to that invoice as well as their packing list, so that insurance policy is issued. And in case of any the loss, so the loss is also settled according to the invoice as well as that international commercial term, which are also mentioned on that policy itself only. Now now this is a machine breakdown policy. See, once that your industry is on, basically, yeah. So in case of any the machine breakdown is there, so that the insurance companies are giving you that policy that you can get repaired also. See, these benefits are covered. I just show you one moment. Yeah, see, so these kind of benefits are available in case of any machine breakdown. I mean that you will get repair cost of that machine also, and cost of spare parts also in case that you have to buy. Yeah, and the freight charges also. In now, the sometimes what happens basically now these the spare parts are also imported also. So in case you're getting these the spare part by air also, so in that case air freight the charge will be also applicable. So that amount will be also reimbursed by the insurance company. So then after that the custom duty in case if it's also applicable on that part, so that will be also by reimbursed by the insurance company. Next, the cost of dismantling and reaction. So you can say uninstall or that install. So all kind of these processes. So whatever the expenses are that incurred there, so they will be also borne by the insurance company. And depreciation part, in case if it applies, so that will be also organized by the insurance company. So these are the benefits in case of any embedding policy that we have also taken. Normally, this embedding policy is also given once that you have taken fire and burglary policy, which we will discuss now shortly. Now, this is fire and special perils, so which is very important actually the chapter actually in this insurance part in Metonia. See, there are actually 12 to 13 actually perils. Perils means the cause of damage. Because of that, only in case any of the loss are occurred in the industry, in fact only. So you can say one is fire, lightning, explosion, implosion. Now the water, the sprinklers, riots due to the malified intention, malicious damage, aircraft damage, external damage. So these an earthquake also and the terrorism activities also. So if there's any kind of damage are happen or any kind of the losses are happened, so because of these the damages, so these are also covered under the fire, the policy where we take from the insurance company. See, these are actually names of the perils: fire, lightning, explosion, aircraft damage, riot, strike, malicious damage, storm, cyclone. These all are actually due to the water loss, basically. Hurricane, the tornado, flood, inundation, impact damage, subsidence, landslide, bursting or overflow of water tanks also, and missile testing operations. It is also covered. Leakage from automatic sprinkler installations, bushfire, earthquake, terror. So these all the perils are covered under the insurance policy when you take fire policy. Next is burglary policy. This burglary policy is also given along with the fire policy also. In case of any contents are there, see, burglary means now it is one kind of theft, but the compulsive theft. Yeah, so in case of any for the content, if it happens in the industry also, so that insurance company is going to compensate you up to the amount of the coverage, up to the amount of the sum assured that we do basically. Yeah. Now we come to that the human factor. Earlier that we were discussing about the machine factor only, engineer part only. Now we discuss about the workman, the compensation policy. It was enacted. This act was enacted in 1923 to take care of the injuries as well as the medical part for that humans which are working in an industry. One moment, please. This is basic and fundamental policy which was enacted by government of India in fact only. Yeah. This is a project-based company. Let us take an example. You're having actually that contractor also. In case that you're going to build that one building, in fact, so then you're hiring 100 employees. The employees are not on the permanent roles; they are on the temporary roles. Maybe the one person is coming the one day, as the same person is not coming the another day. So these kind of the temporary workmen are covered under this base policy, under this workman compensation policies. So under these policies, basically, so these all benefits are given in case of an injury, in case of an accident. So that accident, the death is there. So that the amount is given to the demise, the family also, yeah, and Maybe in case that if the person is also the surviving, so in case he's having actually the disability, so that can be temporary and permanent also, and partial and total disability also. Now it will depend on the injury. So once it's done, so the case will be lodged with the labor commissioner. So the labor commissioner will be deciding the factor, the factor of the compensation. In case of, now there's a formula, in case of death, so that 50% and then multiply by then his monthly salary. Then after that, then multiply by, there's a factor which is also decided by IRDA as well as government of India also, in fact, in the consultation. So so that amount which is going to be that calculated, so that amount will be given to his the nominee or the legal heir also. For your information, the minimum amount in case of death, it is there should be 1.20 lakhs minimum amount, but that amount can be more than that also, not depending on the formula, not depending on that calculation. Now we'll discuss about the group mediclaim. Group mediclaim is basically, mediclaim means that health insurance that in general parlance, we will say, now we are having the employees in our company. So now insurance company, they give you the facility that you can give them medical facility to those employees also, as well as their the family members also. So there should be minimum the 10 employees in a company, basically, of that policy. So this and policy amount, the sum issued, that starts from 1 lakh onwards. 1 lakh onwards. Herein the benefits normally are available in the policy, like the room rent will be 1% of or the 2% of the sum assured also. Sum assured means the coverage amount. See, this is actually their customized policy. Now it is one kind of the tailor-made product. You can choose and pick, basically. Now according to that your requirement, according to that your need, basically. Now it's one kind of the vanilla policy also, not depending on the requirement, depending on the management at your discretion. So they can give this benefit in that way. Pre-existing the disease, the coverage from day one. See, in the group medical policy, in case someone are having the pre-existing disease also, now for example, the diabetes, hypertension, asthma, all this thing, and cholesterol also. Normally in the individual policies, these kind of diseases are covered after a period of 2 years, 3 years, and 4 years also. Now, depending on the insurance company as well as depending on the plan one of basically, But someone is having the group medical insurance from the company, so then approval is given, the waiver is given, so that these kind of diseases are covered from the day one also. Next is pre and post expenses. Pre and post expenses mean, in case now let us take an example, is someone falls sick, so then he will go to that doctor for that OPD, under that OPD process. So in case he is not cured after a week or so effectively, so then he will go to hospitalization for that cure of his the disease, in fact. So after the discharge, so then the person is having the 60 days more also for the consultation also, for the pharmacy also, and for that investigation also, or the test also, which he is going to undertake, in fact. So 30 days before hospitalization and 60 days after the hospitalization, the post-hospitalization. So these days are also covered for the treatment of that person who's actually that insured, in fact. So next is maternity benefit. Even though maternity is not illness, but government of India has given that incorporated as that this benefit also under this insurance. So this benefit is also available in case that we opt this benefit under this policy. Next is co-payment. This is also optional, basically. Co-payment means, in case, let's take an example, if there is a bill of ₹100 rupees, for example. So and we have kept to the 5% as a co-pay. So in case of 100 rupees bill, so the 5 rupees bill will be paid by the employee, and the 95 rupees will be paid by the insurance company. See, now there's a benefit of the keeping the co-pay. See, now it avoids to misuse of that insurance the benefit also. So it is keeping one cut of check on the employee so that he should not misuse the benefit. that this benefit. Now, age band means actually that one can enter into the policy from 91 days to up to 65 years. But they can renew the policy up to 70 and 88 also. Now, depending on the requirement or need of the insurer also, depending on that employer also, as well as now that it will seek that the subject to the approval from the underwriter of the insurer. Next is corporate buffer. Corporate buffer means, see, now let us take an example. If someone has taken the policy of rupees 10 lakhs now as an employee. So due to any criticalness, if the 10 lakhs amount is exhausted, so what will happen? So in this case, that HR department is having the authority in case of any criticalness, if it requires. So then he can give the approval also of 100% of the sum issued also. So under the approval, after having the approval, insurance company will release 100% of the sum issued also to that insured person, so that he may get treated basically. So this is kind of the corporate buffer, which is a very important tool, which is also used in an insurance company, as well as by the insured also, in fact. Next is new employee coverage from joining date. So this is very good benefit, very beautiful that we can say benefit available in the insurance policy. Now let us take an example. Today is like the 7th of September. Is somebody going to join today? So then he will be getting this benefit from the day one also. So now how is it work? It works means that an insurance company has to open one CD account. CD account means cash deposit account with the insurer. Now employer has to open the CD account with the insurer only. So that they have to come, that they have to keep some deposit. Because see, now there's a ruling of 64 WB compliance is there, that in case insurance company are having the premium amount in their account, only after that only that insurance will be implemented. Otherwise, insurance, the facility will not start. So now let us take an example. If a sub-employee that is joining today, maybe 1 or 2 employees up to the 30th of September, so the employees are joining around that, the 10 employees. So by 5th of October, HR department will be sharing that list of joining employees to the insurance company. And in case there may be possibility that some people would have left the company also. So detail of the employees of joining who have joined, as well as the list of the employees who have left the company. So this entire data will be shared with the insurance company by 5th or 10th of the next month, of that following month, in fact. So let us take an example. See, if that you're taking the policy for the 1 year, so the employees who have left the company for 8 months, and the 4 months are unutilized period. So the 4 month unutilized period is, so the premium of that unutilized period, so that amount on the pro rata basis, that amount will be refunded back. That amount will be credited back into that CD account, cash deposit account. And for the new employees who had joined for the next 4 months, basically, so the premium for those employees, so that amount will be deducted into the from the CD account, which is opened with that insurer. So a deletion and the deletion process takes as an endorsement on monthly basis. So this is the benefit basically for the joining as well as for the leaving of the employees also. And at the end of the year, so the statement is also given effect only for all kind of transaction debit and credit. So in case employer requires, so that amount also given back to the insured also, or you can say that employer also. Next, this is group personal accident. Earlier we had discussed about the medical insurance. Now this is about group personal accident. See, in case of anything goes wrong, in case of an injury, in case of any dismemberment also, and disability also, that can be partial and permanent also. Now it will depend on the situation. So in that case, so then insurer has to take one group personal accident policy. In this policy, then he has to decide, the employer has to decide that how much amount should be the coverage. Now there may be possibility because now there are different kind of the cadres also in a company, like workman is there, then manager is the supervisor, the manager there, the GM is there, director is there. So if company requires, so they can take different kind of tables also, different kind of the coverages also for these employees. So in think of anything goes wrong, so now depending on the situation, also depending on the situation of the accident, death or dismemberment or disability, so that amount will be released to the legal heir of the person also. In fact, yeah, if the person is surviving, so the partial permanent or temporary partial disability, so that the benefit is also there as per that IRDA. The chart is there, so that is also available with all the insurance company. So that amount will be released to the persons respectively. Then is weekly benefit. So insurance company has given this very important the benefit in case somebody has met with an accident and he was not able to attend the office also. If he now doctor has advised him to stay for 1 month or 2 months, in fact, so that person will be deprived of his salary because of no work, no pay, in fact. But here, the weekly benefit is also available at the rate of 1% or 2%. Now, depending on the policy when we take. So these all things are decided in a policy from the inception of the policy. Next, medical expenses. So, in case of an injury or in case of an accident, when somebody will be taken to the hospital, so during that process, any kind of the medical expenses are there. So there is a limit also up to 50,000, 1 lakh or 2 lakh that one has to choose. That employer has to decide. So when they decide about the medical expenses, so those medical expenses which are also incurred during that hospitalization, you can say, or yeah, during that first aid also, so that amount can be reimbursed through a process. Next is family transport and house modification. Yeah, so in case of any injury or something, if in case required, that family transport is also required because they need to visit them in fact only. So that amount is also going to be reimbursed. House modification. So in case something goes wrong with that employee also, so to have an easily access to his home. Maybe that person is not having he requires any modification in the entry gate also. So any kind of the expense which are also incurred, so that part can be also reimbursed. So these all benefits are covered, we can say, in the group accidental policy, which is very, very important. One more important thing is basically that this area, you can say, this area this area for that we can say this area is the global coverage, you can say, not only in India. In case someone is actually going to the fly anywhere out of India for the official purpose also, in case that anything goes wrong, so that part will be covered basically. So there's no limit of that geographic limit is not there of this policy. And one thing more, like the way in the medical policy I had mentioned, for addition and deletion part of the employees. So that entire process will also work in this group personal accident policy also in the same way, so that nobody is deprived of this medical benefit as well as group personal accident benefit also. I can say these two benefits basically work like a retention tool in the industry. Next is commercial general liability. See, this CGL is working very, very unique benefit basically in the industry. In case, see, now there are actually the 4 types of the coverage: physical in nature, public liability, product liability, and property damage. I'll take one example so that will also actually transfer the information to you. Now there was a client who has taken actually, who was visited the McD, and that the lady was driving the car. She has taken one coffee, and she took the coffee pack, the plastic cup, you can say basically, and then they start to drive. The coffee was very, very hot. So what happened? So during the drive, so that fell down on her feet in fact only. So there was there was some damages in that only. So then she has sued in the court also. So she got some compensation from that policy which the MACD has taken. So that part you can say that is called actually the CGL effect only. I can take one more example. In case someone is entered in that in a company, maybe any unfortunately if that fell down, that falls down. So in case of an injury or something, so that person has got a right to sue. So in case of any damage, so that has to be compensated either by the insurance company if that policy has been taken. Otherwise, that amount has to be compensated by the employer also. So this policy is always suggested to take. Next, we can say professional liability. In today's environment, we can say, for example, the lawyers are there and the doctors are there. For doctors and architects are there. So these kind of professional liability is very, very important. So in case of any negligence or any something, in case of in case of that anything goes wrong, so the liability also arises on account of the doctor. In today's environment, because actually all the doctors who are entering all these hospitals, they are told that you have to buy in that the 50 lakh or the 1 CR insurance also basically. So in case anything goes wrong on account of the professional liability, so that has to be there. That has to be there. Okay, so this was entire thing about my that insurance policies in the brief only. Now we are organizing the employee and engagement activity also in the industries, in fact. So I'm giving you one moment. So these are the corporates where we have organized that our engagement activity with the employees, wherein that we have shared the knowledge about that information about the medical insurance, the group medical insurance, and other insurances also, which are also applicable, that are available in the market also, so that they can have the safe environment. Thank you so much. This is the PPT, and now we can have question and answers, please.
I can request each participants, whatever queries you have, and you need to ask anything one-to-one, please, you can raise your hands so that we can get you unmute and you can ask your queries, please. I already see Amresh ji would like to ask an answer.
Please,
Sorry, question. Amresh ji, please, you can ask your question now.
His voice is not audible.
Can somebody help him unmute? Hemlata ji, would you like to ask meanwhile? Please unmute Hemlata ji. Hemlata ji, please
Can
ask.
You hear?
Yeah.
Two things. One is what is dismemberment, and I want to know more about product liability insurance.
Okay, dismemberment is in case of any accident. So if there is any the limb broker, you can say, कि ना अगर हमारी body का कोई उसमें से part कट जाता है, part अलग हो जाता है, so that process is called basically the dismemberment. तो उस केस मान लीजिए, I think let us take an example. अगर कोई व्यक्ति मशीन में काम कर रहा था, उसका अगर एक हाथ कट जाता है, मान लीजिए उसके लिए, तो वो हाथ वहां पे उसको ज्वाइन नहीं हो पाता है इफेक्टिवली, तो कुछ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्या करती है, तो इस प्रोसेस पे वहां पे सिंगल और वहां कंपनसेशन देती है. देखिए एक्चुअली क्या होता है, अब यहाँ कुछ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्या करती है, वहां पे आपको X/2 देती है, आप डबल डिसमेंबर, तो ये डिसमेंबर उसका बेनिफिट होता है हाथ जान पे. मान लीजिए कि ना अगर एक आदमी को उसका हाथ चला जाता है, तो उसकी जो आधी इनकम होनी, तो जो वर्किंग है, तो उसकी खत्म हो जाती है, अर्निंग कैपेसिटी उसकी खत्म हो जाती है. तो उस केस में डिपेंड करता है कि वहां जो डिसमेंबरमेंट अमाउंट है बेसिकली, तो वो आपका सिंगल होना चाहिए, डबल होना चाहिए, या आपका इनटू मल्टीप्लाई 3 होना चाहिए ना. डिपेंड करता है इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के ऊपर. दैट वन कैन ऑप्ट ड्यूरिंग एट द टाइम ऑफ इंसेप्शन ऑफ द पॉलिसी. जब आप इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से बात करते हैं, तो आप इंश्योरर से बात कर सकते हैं कि आपको ये वाला बेनिफिट इतने मल्टीप्लाई चाहिए, सो दैट आवर एम्प्लॉय शुड बी कंपनसेटेड अकॉर्डिंगली. इसको बोलते हैं डिसमेंबर बेनिफिट. जी, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट प्लीज.
नेक्स्ट इज प्रोडक्ट लायबिलिटी इंश्योरेंस.
ओके, प्रोडक्ट लायबिलिटी के इंश्योरेंस में एक बात बोलना चाहूंगा. मान लीजिए कि ना ये एफएमसीजी में भी आता है और ये आपके व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस में भी आता है. अगर आपको इसमें देखा होगा पीछे क्या हुआ था कि ये होंडा सिटी का पीछे उन्होंने ये जो गाड़ियां बनाई थी, आई थिंक ये तो होंडा टोयोटा समथिंग बेसिकली है। तो उन्होंने कुछ गाड़ियां बनाई थी, तो लेकिन उसमें कुछ पार्ट वहां गलत से हो गए, तो आई थिंक दे वर नॉट, उनकी जो एफिशिएंसी थी, सो दे वर नॉट इंटैक्ट, सो दे हैड कोड इमीडिएटली। तो इन केस ऑफ एनीथिंग गोज रॉन्ग, उनकी वजह से ये ना अगर ऐसा कुछ हो जाता तो उसका जो कंपनसेशन होता तो वो अमाउंट उनको देना पड़ता। प्रोडक्ट लायबिलिटी इट मींस कि जो उसका मैन्युफैक्चरर है बेसिकली, तो ही हैज टू टेक एंटायर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी अगर उसकी वजह से मिसहैपनिंग होती है, सो दैट लायबिलिटी गोज टू द मैन्युफैक्चरर ओनली। अगर उन्होंने ये वाला इंश्योरेंस लिया हुआ है, सो एनीथिंग गोज रॉन्ग, so that amount will be catered by the insurance company only, not by the manufacturer.
Okay, because we are manufacturer of medical products, equipment,
Yeah.
and we export to different countries. But in European countries, they say it mandatory to buy product liability insurance. So
Right. You're right. Yeah.
our product is used in surgery.
I agree with you. Yeah. Okay. See that now. I think better will be if you can contact, if you can the contact to the insurance company now near to your office also. If either that we can also discuss in that separate meeting also, because all the insurance companies are having the product liability also. And especially in the FMCG products also, as well in the medical line, so wherever it is also direct consumed by the consumer also, in fact, yeah. So anything that goes wrong, so that will be taken care of by the insurance company. So that the product is available in the market, ma'am.
So which company is giving that?
ICICI Lombard is there, one company. Second company, Tata AIG General Insurance Company is there, as well as HDFC Erection General Insurance Companies are there. Or also you can oppose to any the PSU also. The PSU, now there are 4 PSU. One is United India Insurance Company, second is National Insurance Company, and third is Oriental Insurance Company also, and one more is there. The New India Insurance Company and the Oriental Insurance Companies are there. Yeah.
But when I inquired, none of the PSUs has come forward to this.
Sorry, come again. I don't get you.
I inquired with PSU. None of them have come forward with this. They say they are not much aware, and even if they are aware, they don't want to take the risk of giving the policy because it is connected to overseas.
Okay. See, let me tell you one thing. See, now whenever they are going to issue the policy, first of all, they actually the scope of the area. So that will also depend on, in fact, only. Yeah. Maybe the possibility may be that geographical limitation may be that they may having that only in India only. For the international, maybe I think so. Then we can protect them, because see, now let us take an example. Tata is having the tie-up with AIG. AIG means American International Group. Okay, ICICI is having the tie-up with the Lombard. So in case that you contact to the state executive, maybe that they may be having the international policy house, which will be giving the coverage to you, and that international coverage rather than the domestic India one, basically. Of course, they may be having, because now there are companies who are providing all these insurance companies and their insurance and the products also, basically. Yes, it is there, but I think that you need to approach them. You need to approach that. You need to make a request, because see, now knowledge is something else, but they have the product, so both are different things. See, in case that you follow up rigorously, so they can do it. I think better will be that if you can contact ICICI Lombard, because ICICI Lombard is very, very aggressive in these kind of insurances.
What do you suggest? Should we go with a PSU or a private one?
I think private is, we see, in case, because see we are into the service market. See, insurance 100% the service-based market. Correct. So my recommendation will be that you can put that approach to Tata AIG as well as ICICI Lombard also. So they will be the best that insurer to share the required proposal to you.
Can you suggest somebody?
I shall share the detail. I'm just separated to you.
Hemlata ji, after the session, somebody from our team will definitely help you connect with Bhushan ji.
Anytime. I've already forwarded my phone number and email also to that email in my session also. So then you can talk to me separately, then I will forward all the details as required.
You can mention in the chat that you are interested. Somebody from the team will definitely connect you directly.
Absolutely.
And what we should look the basic things in this product liability, exactly what we should highlight?
See, the product basically, see, now it will depend on the product that you manufacture, and the ultimate the consumption of that of the product basically. I mean, who are the users of your product also only. So until and unless that you have to define, you have to specify the usage of your product. So only depending on the data only, the detail only. So the underwriter, see, because underwriter is the main person who has to give you approval, who has to define the product also and approval also. In case if that product is not standardized, they can customize also for you. Now depending on that your requirement in fact only here. So they have the authority. They have the authority that they can also tailor-made the product for you. Now depending on the volume also, depending on the premium also. All these things. So and these all things will be taken care by the underwriter, who is the main person in the insurance company.
Okay.
G. Thank you.
And one more thing, we have an export policy. I think some 2 months back we sent one consignment to Budapest, and then when the consignee received it, he found some damage.
Okay.
So how to get claim from insurance company?
Okay. The one thing more, see, first of all, when you got the policy issued, so I don't know that I mean that you may be having that all risk cover or that you will be having only accidental cover. See, had you been then enjoying the all risk cover in the policy, so then you have the right to ask for actually the claim also in fact. So the claim process will be in fact only all the insurance companies are having it, the claim ID also there, and as well as then you can protect to the sales guy, the salesperson who has issued the policy. So then he will also facilitate you to lodge the claim, and within 1 week only the surveyor will be appointed. So once the surveyor will get appointed, so then he will survey the premises, and then he will look at about actually the damage part also. In case if you are having that all risk policy basically, because now it will depend that how I mean by which reason that metal has got damage, whether it's due to an accident, whether due to had any that jerk also, and maybe any fire also, and what is the reason. See, now it will depend on the proximate cause. See, in the insurance sector, proximate cause is the main reason. Proximate cause, let me give you an example. See, I had issued one policy to the lorry, and they were carrying the glass product from Delhi to the Patna only in fact. So they had taken the basic cover. Basic cover, it was having only accidental cover as well as actually the lightning cover also and fire cover also in fact. Yeah. Okay. So what happened on the way, that lorry actually met with an accident, that with one more the vehicle, the आमने सामने का वहाँ पे एक्सीडेंट हो गया, एंड तो उनको लॉस हुआ 8 लाख के आसपास का लॉस हुआ. ओके, ड्यूरिंग द सर्वे दैट वाज फाउंड कि जो व्हीकल के जो उसका वेट था, व्हीकल जो उसका अपना जो वेट था वो था उसका 7.5 टन का ये उसका लॉरी का वेट था, लेकिन जो मटेरियल उसने कवर किया हुआ था सो दैट वाज अराउंड द 10 टन के आसपास. So the surveyor told me, Mr. Bhushan, that the claim will be rejected. So I'd asked one question to the gentleman. Tell me, what's the reason? He said, because it was overloaded. Okay. Now tell me one thing. So what is the proximate cause which is against which this policy is made? That was accidental policy on the area. So I asked one thing. Is it ये जो accident हुआ है इसकी वजह से loss हुआ है या आपको overload की वजह से हुआ है? Then he said, Mr. Ahuja, no, this is due to accident only. सो प्रोक्सीमेट कोज क्या होता है, जो मेन कोज क्या है, मेन रीजन क्या है, अगर वो कवर है इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री में तो आपको क्लेम मिला. सो देन ही हैड रियलाइज्ड द क्लेम एंड ही हैड अप्रूव्ड द क्लेम. सो दैट्स द मेन प्रोसेस. सो देन यू हैव टू सी कि आपकी पॉलिसी का इशू का वो जो इशू हुई है क्या वो आपका बेसिक उसमें आप कवर है या आपका ऑल रिस्क कवर है, उसके बाद आप वहां पे क्लेम नोट कर सकते हैं. सो इन केस यू रिक्वायर माय असिस्टेंस, माय द इंटरवेंशन आल्सो, सो दैट यू कैन टॉक टू मी सेपरेटली. आई शैल ऑलवेज हेल्प यू. थैंक यू सो मच.
Okay, thank you.
My please.
I see Tarunji would like to ask a question. Tarunji, you've raised your hand. You can ask a question, please. Can you unmute, Tarunji? Bhushanji, meanwhile, I see there's a question in the chat by Mr. Jain. I think he likes to know that what is the difference in the coverage for corporate as well as MSME versus like
मैम आवाज आ रही है?
MSME.
हाँ जी, आवाज आ रही है आपकी। जी जी, पूछिए सर। हाँ जी
सर कैन यू स्पीक हिंदी लैंग्वेज?
जी जी बताएं। ये
सर
पूछिए
ये
हिंदी।
सकते हैं
आप
आप?
पूछिए हिंदी, पूछिए।
ये समझ में आ जाएगा जो आप बता रहे हैं।
आप पूछिए हिंदी में, पूछिए आपका प्रश्न क्या, आप पूछिए, मैं हिंदी में जवाब दूंगा। आप पूछिए सर, प्रश्न बताइए।
सर एमएसएमई जो आप इंश्योरेंस का जो आप अभी बता रहे हैं सर, उसके बारे में जानना चाह रहा था।
कौन से इश्यूज में जानना चाहते हैं, आप बता दीजिए। कोई स्पेसिफिक इश्यूज के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं?
जब आप मेम तो बता रहे थे एक्सीडेंटल कवरेज जो है एमएसएमई में।
देखिए इसमें क्या होता है, नहीं मैं नहीं, मैडम को भी बता रहा था मरीन इंश्योरेंस के लिए। मरीन इंश्योरेंस में क्या होता है सर, उसमें सर दो तरह के उसमें मिल कवरेज होते हैं। एक होता है सर आईटीसी ए और एक होता है आईटीसी बी। ठीक है सर। उसमें क्या होता है, जो आपका ए कवर होता है इनफैक्ट ओनली, तो ए कवर का मतलब होता है कि उसमें सारे रिस्क कवर होते हैं। चाहे मान लीजिए, मैं एग्जांपल लेता हूं, मान लो कि ना अगर आपका यहाँ से कुछ मटेरियल जा रहा है, गाड़ी में मटेरियल जा रहा है सर, तो रास्ते में अगर वो चोरी हो गया वो भी कवर है। अगर उस गाड़ी का कोई एक्सीडेंट होता है तो भी कवर है। मान लीजिए उसमें कोई ग्लास जा रहा है, ग्लास जो शीशा जो होता है, ये जो मेरा होता है, उसकी जो नेचर होती है, जिसकी टेंडेंसी होती है, वो टूटने की होती है। अगर उस झटका लगेगा तो टूट जाएगा जर्किंग में। ठीक है जी। मान लीजिए कि ना वो अगर आप डीलर के पास पहुंचा, जो आपका बायर उसके पास पहुंचा, तो जब उन्होंने गाड़ी का जो मेन गेट खोला, उसमें देखा कि सारा वहां शीशा टूटा हुआ था बेसिकली। तो जर्क की वजह से खड्डे, हालांकि उसका एक्सीडेंट तो हुआ नहीं है, चोरी भी नहीं हुई, कुछ नहीं हुआ, लेकिन क्या हुआ, रास्ते में जर्किंग की वजह से तो सारा मशीन, तो सारा शीशा टूट गया, सारा मिरर टूट गया। तो इसलिए तो उस केस में जो भी आपका वहां नुकसान हुआ है, आप इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के पास वहां पे आप क्लेम रोज कर सकते हैं, क्लेम रेज कर सकते हैं सर। तो वहां पे तो उसके बाद विद 2 वर्किंग डेज में आपको वहां से सर्वेयर अपॉइंट हो जाता है, जो उसको सर्वे करता है। ठीक है, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्या करती है, 48 आवर्स में ना, तो वह सर्वे अपॉइंट कर देती है। तो सर्वे क्या करता है, वहां पे जाके उस विजिट करके बेसिकली, तो वो फिर अपनी रिपोर्ट बनाता है। तो रिपोर्ट बनाने के, तो उस रिपोर्ट के बेसिस पे तो फिर इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्या करती है, जो उसका अंडर राइटर होता है, जो क्लेम अप्रूवल होता है, तो वो फिर क्लेम को अप्रूव करता है। तो ये सारा प्रोसेस चलता है। अब मान लीजिए अगर आपका ऑल रिस्क कवर नहीं है, अगर आपने उसमें केवल एक्सीडेंटल कवर लिया हुआ है, केवल बी कवर लिया हुआ है, केवल आईटीसी बी कवर लिया हुआ है, तो उस केस में आपको केवल एक्सीडेंट का ही पार्ट मिलेगा, अदरवाइज खाली टूटने का पार्ट जो आपको लॉस हुआ है तो वो उसमें कवर नहीं होता है। इसलिए बेसिकली 2 तरह के कवर चलते हैं ये मरीन में, एक होता है ऑल रिस्क कवर और एक होता है खाली आपके एक्सीडेंटल कवर, बेसिक कवर जिसे बोल सकते हैं सर।
जी
आगे बताएं सर।
एमएसएमई तो मेरी खुद की साइट है एक, तो उसमें मतलब सर एडवांसेस क्या है सर? एडवांस जो अभी जो है आप जो बता रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी कवर है मेरा, एसेट कवर है, कंप्लीट एसेट कवर है।
अच्छा, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि आपने कंपनी की जो एसेट्स हैं, जो मशीनरी, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी आपने कवर किया हुआ है, हमारा राइट सर? अभी ये कहना चाहते हैं?
बिल्डिंग टोटल
अच्छा,
कवर है।
हाँ देखिए क्या होता है। हाँ देखिए, मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ, आपको टोटल कवर क्या करना चाहिए। नंबर 1, आपको बिल्डिंग का कवर करना चाहिए, फायर से भी, फायर और इसके अलावा 12 बिल्स होते हैं, तो उससे कवर हो जाता है ऑटोमेटिकली, फायर से कवर होना चाहिए। ठीक है। नंबर 2, जो कंटेंट्स हैं, कंटेंट्स का मतलब ये है जो आपके फिनिश प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, जो आपके रॉ मटेरियल होते हैं, उनको आप उसमें कंटेंट्स में उसको दे सकते हैं। उनको उसके लिए आपको बर्गलरी की पॉलिसी लेनी चाहिए, बर्गलरी की, चोरी ना हो जाए जबरदस्ती। और उसके साथ में उसका नहीं तो ये फायर भी ऐड हो जाता है। अगर आगजनी से उसका नुकसान होता है, पानी से नुकसान होता है, किसी भी तरह से नुकसान होता है, चोरी से नुकसान होता है, तो वो सारा उसके अंदर कवर हो जाता है। इसमें आप फायर बर्गलरी का आपका आ जाएगा, दोनों का, जो बिल्डिंग का फायर का आ जाएगा, और जो आपका सामान जो कंटेंट्स होता है उसमें फायर और बर्गलरी का, उसमें आपको इश्यूज लेना चाहिए। और इसके अलावा जो मशीनें होती हैं, मशीनें का भी कवर होना चाहिए सर उसमें। इन मान लो कि अगर आग लग जाती है तो मशीनें भी खराब हो जाती है, क्योंकि ऐसे टेंडेंसी हो, कुछ मशीनें होती है, टेंडेंसी होती है सर, पानी से भी खराब हो सकती है सर। तो ये सारे के सारे जितने भी उसमें ये जो कोज होते हैं, पैनल्स होते हैं सर, जिनकी वजह से डैमेज हो सकता है, तो ये सारे कवर आपको फायर और बर्गलरी में आ जाते हैं, तो ये आपको लेना चाहिए। जी
जी सर, ये मैंने लिया हुआ है सर, मैंने।
वेरी गुड, लिया हुआ, वेरी गुड, ठीक है, आपने बहुत अच्छा किया हुआ है सर, वेरी गुड। एम्प्लॉय का आपने लिया हुआ है, जो आपके एम्प्लॉय काम करते हैं उनका लिया हुआ है सर आपने सर, क्योंकि उनकी लायबिलिटी भी आपके ऊपर ही है। क्योंकि जो प्रिंसिपल लायबिलिटी होती है, जो मेन लायबिलिटी जो होती है, तो वो सर एम्प्लॉयर के ऊपर होती है। मान लो कि अगर आप यहाँ पे 5 वर्कर काम करते हैं, 10 वर्कर काम करते हैं, अगर ईश्वर ना करे, अनफॉर्चुनेटली बाई मिसफॉर्चून उनके साथ अगर कोई मिसहैपनिंग हो जाती है, तो क्या होता है, तो जिनकी फैमिली होती है ना, तो वो हमेशा उम्मीद करती है कि अपने एम्प्लॉयर से कि वह हमें कुछ यहाँ पे इस टाइम में, मतलब हमारे औखे टाइम में, हमारे ये मुसीबत के टाइम में, नीड टाइम में हमारी सहायता करेंगे। तो फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट तो फिर वहां पे जो एम्प्लॉयर उनको देनी पड़ती है सर। और बताएं सर।
Is there anyone who would like to ask any further question, please? Anybody in the participants who still have some query? Yes, Ajay Kumar ji. Please unmute Mr. Ajay Kumar so that he can ask the question. Similarly, we have Mr. Akshay also. After Ajay ji, we'll get you, Mr. Akshay ji, to Mr. Bhushan. So whosoever gets connected first, we can go ahead.
आप सुन पा रहे हैं सर मुझे?
जी आपकी आवाज आ रही है जी, आदेश करें जी, बताएं। हाँ जी,
कॉमर्स का काम करता हूँ, हमारे पास बिल्डिंग तो रेंटेड है, सो उसका बिल्डिंग का तो हम इंश्योरेंस नहीं करा सकते, पर अपने गुड्स का इंश्योरेंस कराना है, उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए?
बिल्कुल ठीक है। देखिए सर, अगर आपका रेंटेड बिल्डिंग है कोई बात नहीं सर, तो बिल्डिंग के अलावा जो आपकी मशीनरी है, जो आपका गुड्स है, तो उसका आप इंश्योरेंस करा सकते हैं सर। जो भी आपके पास में कोई इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का ये ना कोई ऑफिस है तो उनको आप अप्रोच कीजिएगा सर, तो आप अपना प्रोडक्ट बताइएगा सर, सो देन दे विल शेयर यू द कोटेशन आल्सो सर, तो आप उनका इंश्योरेंस ले सकते हैं सर। उसमें आप उनको फायर का बगैर का भी ले लीजिएगा, दोनों का ले लीजिएगा। इन केस ऑफ एनी फायर, अगर फायर की वजह से, अगर पानी रुक जाए, बारिश की वजह से पानी खड़ा हो जाए, या किसी भी रीजन से, किसी भी तरीके से अगर आपके मेटेरियल को नुकसान पहुंचता है, गुड्स को नुकसान पहुंचता है, तो आप तो वो सारा का सारा वहां पे कवर होगा, 100% कवर होता है सर। तो इसलिए आप उनसे कॉन्टेक्ट कीजिए, दे विल शेयर यू द कोड। इन केस यू फील एनी काइंड ऑफ मोर असिस्टेंस, यू कैन टॉक टू मी सेपरेटली आल्सो, आई शैल ऑलवेज हेल्प यू।
सर वन मोर थिंग, अभी हम अपने एम्प्लॉइज से बात कर रहे थे उनका ग्रुप इंश्योरेंस लेने के लिए
सर।
सो जब हम उसकी बात करते हैं तो एम्प्लॉइज बोलते हैं सर हमारी सैलरी बढ़ा दो, इंश्योरेंस हमें नहीं चाहिए।
सर देखिए क्या होता है, आपको छोटी सी बात बताते हैं। बिल्कुल, ये आपने बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न बताया सर। मैं छोटा सा एग्जांपल लूंगा मैं आपको सर। एक बार क्या हुआ, एक छोटी सी कहानी सी आती है सर यहाँ पे। एक बार क्या हुआ कि एक कंपनी में 100 एम्प्लॉइज थे, फॉर एग्जांपल बेसिकली समझाने के लिए सर। तो वहां पे प्रोविडेंट फंड की फैसिलिटी सर तो वहां पे स्टार्ट करनी थी। तो एक प्रोसेस था कि सभी एम्प्लॉइज को उस एप्लीकेशन पे साइन करने थे। क्या हुआ कि सर 99 एम्प्लॉइज ने वहां पे साइन कर दिए, लेकिन सर वहां पे एक एम्प्लॉय साइन नहीं किए। तो जब एचआर वाले बोले, एचआर ऑफिसर बोले कि जो मालिक ओनर को बोले कि ऐसे ऐसे बात है कि वहां पे साइन नहीं किए, तो उन्होंने कहा ठीक है आप बाहर जाइए और उस एम्प्लॉय को अंदर भेज दीजिएगा। तो क्या हुआ कि जब उनको बोला कि आप क्यों नहीं साइन कर रहे हो, उसने बोला कि देखिए ऐसे कि हम अगर जब पीएफ की फैसिलिटी स्टार्ट हुई तो 12% पैसा हमारे से कटेगा, सिंपल सा बात है। तो 12% एम्प्लॉयर देगा, फिर तो वो फिर वही बात बोला कि देखिए सर ऐसा है कि मैं तो पैसे कटवाऊंगा नहीं। तो उसने बोला ठीक है भैया, अगर आप अपना रास्ता अलग कर दीजिए, बात खत्म हुई। क्योंकि मैं आपकी वजह से, जेंटलमैन, मैं आपकी वजह से 99 एम्प्लॉइज को जो बेनिफिट है, जो उनका बेनिफिट, जो उनकी एज में एट द टाइम ऑफ सुपर एन्यूएशन 58 साल की उम्र में जो बेनिफिट मिलेगा, तो वो बेनिफिट हो सकता है। सो जेंटलमैन, यू हैव योर ओन वे, आई हैव माय ओन वे सर। एक दो एम्प्लॉय हो सकता है वो नहीं केवल अगर आप ऐसा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उनको समझाइए सर देखिए इसका बेनिफिट क्या होता है, मेडिकल का बेनिफिट क्या होता है। आज के समय में इतनी महंगाई हो गई है सर, केवल एक पथरी का ऑपरेशन करवाने के लिए सर 1.5 लाख रुपए लगता है दिल्ली में। अगर आप दिल्ली से हैं तो मुझे मालूम नहीं सर, लेकिन दिल्ली में मैं आरजी स्टोन सर, यहाँ पे काफी फेमस हॉस्पिटल है आरजी स्टोन, यहाँ पे सर 1.5 लाख के आसपास केवल स्टोन का ऑपरेशन होता है सर। अब आप बताइए सर, अचानक इतना पैसा कहाँ से आएगा किसी के पास। और सर देखिए, अप टू द एज ऑफ 40 एवरीबॉडी इज यंग, मैं मानता हूं सर, लेकिन 40 बस लाइफ में डिक्लाइन आता है सर। जब डिक्लाइन आता है सर, एवरीबॉडी हैज टू पास थ्रू सर। हमारी दी बॉडी है सर, तो नहीं ये इसमें सर इस विकार आने हैं सर, इसमें कमी आनी है सर। तो आदमी कहाँ जाएगा 1 लाख 2 लाख 4 लाख रुपए इमीडिएट निकालना आसान काम नहीं होता सर। उसको ना उसको जरा आप अलग से समझाएंगे तो ठीक रहेगा सर। आई थिंक ही विल आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग।
Yes, sir. Right.
माय प्लेजर।
Yeah, thank you, sir.
यू आर वेलकम सर।
Akshay ji, would you like to ask the question, please? Can you unmute Akshay ji? Akshay ji, please unmute and you can ask the question.
Voice is not audible, man. something. I think maybe I'll be करवा दीजिए।
I think Akshay ji has written his question. He wants to know that what is a Mediclaim policy basically for the group.
Okay, sure. Allow me to clarify again. देखिए, मेडिकल पॉलिसी ग्रुप मेडिकल क्या होता है, मैं छोटी सी बात करूंगा। तो मेडिकल क्या होता है, मैं पहले एक इंडिविजुअल की बात करता हूँ। मेडिकल का मतलब यह होता है कि अगर हमारे शरीर के साथ में कोई भी मिसहैपनिंग हो जाती है, मान लो कि अगर बीमार हो जाते हैं या कोई अगर ऐसा कोई या कोई नहीं, हमारी बॉडी के साथ कोई इंजरी हो जाती है, चोट लग जाती है हमारे को बेसिकली, तो हम डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं बेसिकली, करेक्ट। तो अगर डॉक्टर बोलता है कि नहीं आपको हॉस्पिटल में 4 दिन रहना पड़ेगा, मान लो, ठीक है, या मान लो कि अगर हमें कोई बुखार आ जाता है, वो ये अगर सिंपल बुखार से हमें बुखार में क्या होता है कि हमारे यहाँ पे एक तरह से मान लीजिए उसको टाइफाइड हो जाता है, तो 5 से 6 दिन डॉक्टर के वहां पे उसको बिताने पड़ते हैं, तो वो हॉस्पिटल के वहां पे बिताने पड़ते हैं। तो वो हॉस्पिटल में जो इतना खर्चा आएगा, हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन ये जो खर्चा आता है, तो वो जो पैसा है, अब हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन को जो खर्चा आता है, तो हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन के खर्चों को बियर करने के जो पॉलिसी होती है उसको हम हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन पॉलिसी बोलते हैं, उसको या उसको हम हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस बोलते हैं, या उसको मेडिक्लेम बोलते हैं। ये सारे सिनोनिम्स हैं, ये सारे पर्यायवाची शब्द होते हैं। मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस का मतलब ये होता है कि हमारे शरीर में अगर कोई दिक्कत आ जाए किसी तरह से, उसको रिपेयर कराने के लिए, मान लीजिए हमारी बॉडी है, ये भी एक तरह से रिपेयर ही होती है। You can see these hospitals are like that authorized, you can say, workshop. If you see that our machine is like that our body is like a machine. तो similarly I can say the medical insurance होता है, तो वो हमारी बॉडी को ट्रीट करने के लिए होता है। तो उसके लिए जो पॉलिसी होती है, जो कवरेज है, जो प्रोसेस है, उसको मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी बोलते हैं। अब ये तो हो गया इंडिविजुअल। अब मान की अगर एक कंपनी है, कंपनी वहां पे जो एम्प्लॉइज होते हैं, वहां पे इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्या होता है कि जो पॉलिसी देती है इंश्योरेंस कंपनी, तो उसको ग्रुप मेडिकल बोलते हैं। ग्रुप इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि वहां पे 100 एम्प्लॉय का ग्रुप हो जाता है, 20 एम्प्लॉय का ग्रुप हो जाता है, तो उसको हम वहां पे ग्रुप मेडिकल पॉलिसी बोलते हैं। पर्पस ये है कि उनके शरीर का इलाज होना चाहिए, चाहे बीमारी की वजह से हो जाए, या इंजरी की वजह से हो जाए, या किसी एक्सीडेंट की वजह से, किसी भी कारण से हो जाए, अगर उनका शरीर का जो इलाज होता है कंपनी के द्वारा, जो पॉलिसी कंपनी ने ली हुई है, तो उसको हम ग्रुप मेडिकल पॉलिसी बोलते हैं। होप इट्स क्लियर नाउ।
हेलो
जी बताएं सर। जी
हाँ, इसमें एक ग्रुप इंश्योरेंस में कहते हैं कि ये बाय नेम नहीं होती। if any employee leaves tomorrow, then and so somebody new joins in, so even then it will cover it. Is it so?
सर आपने पहली लाइन क्या बोली थी, मैं समझ नहीं पाया, सुन नहीं पाया। पहली लाइन बोली दोबारा, पहली लाइन अब क्या बोली थी?
मतलब if any employee leaves and new one joins,
हाँ जी,
then still it's applicable.
हाँ बिल्कुल, ये बहुत अच्छी बात पूछी आपने सर। आपको याद होगा सर, मेरे सेशन में मैंने एक पॉइंट वहां पे क्लैरिफाई किया था कि जब हम ग्रुप मेडिकल देते हैं, या जब हम ग्रुप पर्सनल एक्सीडेंट पॉलिसी देते हैं, तो हम क्या करते हैं, मान लो देखिए, अब हमारे यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय तो ज्वाइन करते रहते हैं महीने में सर, ठीक है सर, 5 एम्प्लॉय ने ज्वाइन किया, 8 एम्प्लॉय छोड़ के, मान लीजिए फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है सर, मैं एग्जाम्पल लेता हूँ, मान लो कि जैसे हमने 1 जनवरी 2024 में एक नई पॉलिसी ली, ठीक, 100 एम्प्लॉय हमारे पास, मान लीजिए आपके पास, ठीक है सर, 100 एम्प्लॉय है। 100 एम्प्लॉय में से क्या हुआ श्रीमान कि वहां पे 10 एम्प्लॉय अब आप यहाँ से छोड़ गए, ठीक है, बाकी 90 रह गए सर, ठीक है जी। और क्या हुआ, 15 एम्प्लॉय ने आपने यहाँ पे ज्वाइन कर लिया दोबारा, ठीक है सर, तो आपके 105 एम्प्लॉय हो गए। अब पॉइंट ये हो कि 10 एम्प्लॉय जो छोड़ गए, अब ये महीना है, ये महीना सितंबर का है, राइट सर, तो क्या हुआ कि सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, ठीक है, ये जो 4 महीने का जो प्रीमियम है, इसका मतलब अनयूटिलाइज रहेगा, आपका यूज नहीं हुआ ना सर, जो 10 एम्प्लॉय छोड़ के गए हैं, करेक्ट। तो तब आपको ये कहना बनता है मिस्टर भूषण कि मेरे एम्प्लॉय ने 8 महीने यूज किया, बाकी 4 महीने का पैसा कहाँ जाएगा, वो तो मेरे पे छोटे चले गए। बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने। तो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्या करती है, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ने अपने पास एक सीडी अकाउंट होती है। सीडी का मतलब होता है कैश डिपॉजिट अकाउंट। वो ना अपने पास कुछ पैसा रख लेती है, आपका पैसा होता है, वो आपका एडवांस है बेसिकली। वो इसलिए रखा जाता है, मान लीजिए अब आपके यहाँ पे 15 एम्प्लॉय अब आपने यहाँ पे ज्वाइन करवाए, अब मान लीजिए अगर सीडी अकाउंट ना होता, ठीक है सर, तो आज 15 एम्प्लॉय ज्वाइन किए हैं इनफैक्ट, आप मुझे एक फोन करेंगे या मुझे आप ईमेल करेंगे, मिस्टर भूषण के हमारे यहाँ पे 15 एम्प्लॉय ने ज्वाइन किया है, तो इनको इंश्योरेंस करा दीजिए। फिर मैं क्या करूंगा, 15 एम्प्लॉय का जितना भी मेडिकल का उनका प्रीमियम बैठता है, तो मैं उनको कैलकुलेट करके आपको दूंगा, फिर आप मुझे पेमेंट देंगे, फिर वो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में जाएगा, फिर वो पॉलिसी में ऐड होगा। तो उसके बाद जब तक पेमेंट इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के अकाउंट में नहीं जाएगा, क्योंकि ये रूलिंग है, रूलिंग क्या है सर, 64VB कंप्लायंस होती है कि जब तक इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के अकाउंट में पैसा नहीं पहुंचेगा, तब तक वो इंश्योरेंस स्टार्ट नहीं होगा। अब इस सारे प्रोसेस में 15 से 20 दिन लग गए। अब इन बिटवीन अगर एम्प्लॉय के साथ कुछ हो जाए तो कहाँ जाएगा? तो अल्टीमेट लायबिलिटी तो आपकी एम्प्लॉयर की लायबिलिटी होती है, बिकॉज प्रिंसिपल लायबिलिटी जो है बीइंग एम्प्लॉयर हमेशा उन्हीं की होती है बेसिकली। तो उस दौरान में अगर कोई खर्चा आ जाए तो पैसा आपको बेयर करना पड़ेगा। लेकिन
इसमें ऐसा पॉसिबल होगा कि जैसे आपने कहा कि 10 एम्प्लॉय छोड़ गए तो उनका पैसा डिपॉजिट हो गया जो एक्सेस प्रीमियम था, तो जो नेक्स्ट 15 न्यू एम्प्लॉयज आए हैं उनका ठीक है वो 4 मंथ्स का ना होकर 3 मंथ्स तक का इमीडिएट इंश्योरेंस कवरेज चालू हो जाना चाहिए।
अलाउ मी टू कंप्लीट। मैं सब वही बताने जा रहा था, आपने बीच में पूछ लिया सर, बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने। हाँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई बात। मैंने आपको ये कह रहा हूँ सर, जो 10 एम्प्लॉय छोड़ के गए थे उनका उसी समानुपात बेसिस पे, प्रो राटा बेसिस पे, प्रोपोर्शनली 4 महीने का पैसा जो है, तो जो सीडी अकाउंट आपने इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के पास खोला हुआ है सर, ओपन किया मैंने, ठीक है सर, तो वो पैसा आपका जमा हो गया, राइट सर। अब जो 15 एम्प्लॉय जो यहाँ पे आपने ज्वाइन किए सर, राइट सर, तो 15 एम्प्लॉय का पैसा ना, तो वो उसी प्रो राटा बेसिस पे, उसी अनुपात बेसिस पे 4 महीने का जितने दिन के लिए उन्होंने यहाँ पे ज्वाइन किया, एक तरह से मान लीजिए ये मतलब एज पर पॉलिसी, ठीक है सर। तो जितने पीरियड रह गए 365 दिन में से, या 120 कह लीजिए, या 115 कह लीजिए, जितने रह गए, तो उनका उसी अनुपात बेसिस पे जो प्रीमियम बैठेगा, तो वो प्रीमियम उसी अकाउंट पे डेबिट हो जाएगा। उससे ये रहेगा कि जितने से एम्प्लॉय आपके ज्वाइन किए हैं, ही विल बी एलिजिबल फॉर द मेडिकल बेनिफिट आल्सो। कहने का मतलब ये है, जब आप ग्रुप मेडिकल में बेनिफिट मिलता है कि आप पीछे से रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव, पीछे के प्रीवियस ये 30 दिन तक जितने भी एम्प्लॉय आपको ज्वाइन करेंगे, आप सभी को इमीडिएट डे ऑफ ज्वाइनिंग से, ज्वाइन डेट से आप उनको ये वाला बेनिफिट आप उनको शेयर कर सकते हैं सर। दिस इज द बेनिफिट दैट यू कैन अपील।
राइट, तो इसमें क्या मिनिमम नंबर चाहिए होते हैं ग्रुप इंश्योरेंस में?
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन सर, जेंटलमैन। देखिए सर, पहले क्या था, इस पेंडेमिक के दौरान में गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ कहा था कि आप 7 मेंबर का भी करो, 7 मेंबर्स का भी हमने किया था पेंडेमिक के दौरान, छोटे इंडस्ट्रीज उनमें किया था। लेकिन अब गवर्नमेंट ने क्या है कि 10 एम्प्लॉय कम से कम होने चाहिए, चाहे वो आपका ग्रुप मेडिकल पॉलिसी हो या आपका ग्रुप पर्सनल एक्सीडेंट पॉलिसी हो सर। 10 एम्प्लॉय हम आपको चाहिए होते हैं सर, मिनिमम 10 जी। जी सर, जी
ठीक है, थैंक यू।
वेलकम सर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज।
Is there anyone who'd like to ask any further question, please? You can raise your hand or probably write down in the chat and we can ask on your behalf.
I think it's all done.
So I see this no further question, I think, but I still request all the participants, like after the session also, you feel there is some, personal guidance you need regarding the same session which we have covered today, or any of the topics where you feel you are stuck and you didn't want it to ask in a group, you can do contact us. We've pinned our number, and we can get you directly touch with the expert himself, Mr. Bhushanji. He can, advise you and in fact provide his consultation on your various queries. So don't shy away. This is the only time you are talking to the expert. Like, I'm so grateful to him that he's here today and he has such a good grip on the subject. And not only in English or Hindi, he's made every late person who's not, in the field or never had felt that there is a need for insurance. I think listening to him, I feel how important it is, to not only safeguard your professions or your company, but, it's also the well-being of your employees. Unlike he just mentioned, if you guys have a problem like wherein your employees need not understand the insurance, you can probably have a chit chat with him and he can give you a few pointers, which you can just tell them that how this thing benefits in the daily life and in the long term, how this will be beneficial for each one. So I wish all the luck, and I would really thank you, Bhushanji, for joining us. From all of us, not only
It's
the
my honor.
participants, yeah,
My
from
honor.
Udmita team also. Thank you so much. Your
Thank you so much.
insights have really made our day, and I'm really sure your mentorship is going to change a lot of minds today.
It's my good luck. It's my good luck. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So participants, if you have anything, so please do let us know. You want, you are, stuck in any of the other topics, you do let us know which speakers you want help with, and Udmita is there to help you. So I'm sure this webinar had been very powerful today, and we are really, more excited to get you more such speakers on more valuable contents for basically the startups and MSMEs. This is what Udmita Helpline is all about. Thank you so much for being such wonderful participants here and
Hello.
being patient with us in the initial stage while we were having a little glitch here. So thank you all. Have a great time. Thank you, Bhushanji, once again. Thank
My
you from
pleasure.
Team Udmita. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Bye. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Hello.
Yeah, tell
Please.
me. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, please. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry to interrupt. You recently told that surveyor also will go there. Whether Indian surveyor will go to Budapest?
Where? Where, ma'am?
See, one of our consignment was damaged at the consignee in Hungary, Budapest.
See, in fact, actually, insurance companies are having the tie-up in India as well as abroad, also overseas also. Now they're having it the tie-up with the overseas or agencies also. So now that it will depend. See, now the surveyor will not go from India. No, the surveyor from the respective station, respective location, they will depute from there only. So the report will be shared by the respective person, the respective location, rather than going from India. Of course, they have the tie-up with these insurance companies as well as these other agencies also. This is a tie-up. It is at the outsourced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for factory insurance, should I take all risk?
No. See, for the factory, it is always all risk. Only for the marine point of view. Marine means देखिए जो सामान आप भेजते हैं किसी जो ट्रांजिट में होता है, जो ट्रांजिट में होता है, उसके लिए एप्लीकेबल होता है all risk और आपका जो नॉर्मल रिस्क होता है. लेकिन जो आप कंपनी का होता है, इंडस्ट्रीज का होता है, it is always 100% risk only. There is no the division that one could all risk are in the basics. There's no division like that. There's no process.
Okay. Thank you.
You must invite.
Please share your number so that further queries I.
Certainly. I should.
Yeah. Because I wanted to inquire about product liability.
Okay, my number 97
97
112
112
93
93.
000.
Repeat 97 11 29 3000.
Yes.
Mr. Bhushan, correct?
You're right. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Bye.
Yeah.
Any more question, please?
Bhushanji, there is Mr. Tarun who's asking in the chat
Please.
that
Tell me.
is it important to have an employee insurance from day one?
See, it is always in the interest of the employer. It is always good. So in case of any liability, so it has to be borne by the employer. So I think it is always required to pay a very small amount of premium and get peace of mind rather than paying the very good, huge liability later on. Let's take an example. The small example I'm taking. If you think, अभी आपके I think NP में अब कहाँ पे ये जो गैस लीकेज हुई थी फिर I think आज 20 years पहले if not mind 20 साल के आसपास बेसिकली तो गैस लीकेज हुई थी तो गैस लीकेज से कितना नुकसान होता है बेसिकली so that part that loss that is the product liability उनकी वजह से काफी लॉसेज हुए थे और अभी तक भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में उनके वहां पे केसेस चल रहे हैं तो पॉइंट ये रहता है सी लायबिलिटी हैज नो एंड हमारे यहाँ पे क्या होता है हिंदी में कहावत है बेसिकली मैं बोलता हूँ हमारी इंश्योरेंस लाइन में कि ग्राहक और मुसीबत का कोई वक्त नहीं होता है मैं ये पॉइंट कहना चाहूंगा सभी के लिए सर दे आर ऑलवेज इनवाइटेड अनइनवाइटेड कुछ मालूम नहीं होता कभी भी आ जाते हैं so it is always better to safeguard yourself first of all that's it I wanted to say Any more question, please?
Anyone else? You can please ask now before we wind up. If there's anybody who's written down some query here and there, it's the time right now. Please ask. Okay. I would like to wind up the session here today. And so for any other questions or queries, you all have Bhushanji's number, and we have also pinned our email ID. You can get in touch with UDYAMITA Helpline, and we can get you directly in touch with Bhushanji. So regarding the session questions right now, what we have, okay, if there's any other questions related to insurance or something, then also you can connect with us. So thank you so much once again, Bhushanji, and thank you all the participants for being there with us. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. We hope to meet soon again with another speaker and another more question in the query on another topic, which is, keeping us late behind. So come on, MSMEs and startups, it's time to get up and move. Thank you.